It's Chris Calabrese from the ACLU here in the House. We're in a brief recession after the Electronic Communications Privacy Act reform hearing. Can you tell me a little bit more about what's happening and why this is important?
Sure. I mean, the ACLU is excited that this committee's taken up this important issue. What we're really discussing today is the rules for when government can access your personal information online. And that means your emails, your social networking sites. Right now, all the rules that govern that were written in 1986. So before there was an internet is when the internet privacy law dates back to. And that's crucial that we revisit that and fix it.
Yeah, so it was 1986 when that first came out. You can think of all the different ways that technology has changed. Cloud computing is one of them, and we've seen a succession of executives from cloud providers, as well as a number of different interest groups in the academy. Why is there so much agreement between all of these companies, which are usually fierce competitors?
Well, I think all of them realize that there's a competitive disadvantage here. They all want to move their services online. They all want to take advantage of the economies of scale that cloud computing presents. They know that their customers want to move all their email online. They want to use social networking tools. But they've got worried. Customers have consistently explained to them that they're worried about their privacy. They're worried about how their information is going to be shared. And so they want the government to provide the assurances that this information is going to be protected in the same way it would be protected if it was sitting at home in your drawer or in your computer.
So that is one of the crucial distinctions here, is that if I put my data in a cloud somewhere, if I use an email cloud provider, as so many people do with Hotmail or Yahoo or Gmail, whatever it happens to be, if it's stored in an external server, the government's restrictions to access it are very different. How do the rest of the protections that people are afforded right now under current statutes need to be updated?
Well, I mean, you've identified one of the key ones. I mean, we think that the information in your cloud computing service or in your in your Gmail account should receive the same protection that what happens on your your regular computer, and that's a warrant protection. It's what we think it should get. It doesn't get that now. We also think, and these companies agree, that the location information that your cell phone generates, for example, should also be protected with a warrant. Because essentially we're all carrying portable tracking devices right now, and that's something that was never even contemplated in 1986.
That is actually something that came up, I believe, I'm not sure which person said it, but in the first industry panel, that location data is actually not part of the discussion here. Why is that, and why is that important to privacy right now?
Well, I think it's only not part of the discussion because they had a separate panel about it. It was so important. They wanted to keep the focus on cloud computing here. But the reason it's so important is simply that the use of cloud or the use of location-based services has exploded. More than 90% of the U.S. population is carrying around a cell phone, and a cell phone announces about every 7 seconds where you are. And that information right now, the Congress has never weighed in on what the appropriate standard should be for that information. But what we do know is it's not protected with a warrant in all cases, and that's really troubling.
What are the prospects for any of this actually changing anytime soon?
Well, it's always tough to predict what Congress is going to do, but I mean, you can see by the breadth of the coalition, the number of people that are concerned, that we hope at least that it's reached a critical mass where Congress is interested, they're holding hearings, and I don't think we'll see anything this Congress, but hopefully next Congress we'll see some movement.
And for people who want to get updated on the debate and upon the coalition, where should they go?
Well, the ACLU has a website. It's called .rights.org, and we also have our main ACLU website, and you can type in ECPA. And in either of those places, you can find out all about how these technologies are used, what the current protections are like, and you can, send your congressman or your senator a letter or an email and say, hey, I'd like you to change this.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thanks.